What's up guys, I hope everyone's doing good. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be breaking down a clean 7-hour counter trend trade that I took. Was based on simple inducement, and yep, even though it was counter trend, the setup was very clean. It was very high probable. That's why I took it. And also before starting out, I shared this setup in my pre-market analysis with the private group as well. So let me share you that as well. So this was a counter trend GBP USD sell trade that I took. I shared exactly right there with the private group. You guys can see pre-market analysis, right? And that's when I did share it, right? And this was the setup. So let's real quick get into the breakdown of this trade. So I'm going to select where I came to the market. So somewhere around there, right? First things first, we need to understand the market structure, right? So let me just read everything. So let's just go to M15. There we go. So what I saw was market was clearly bearish, creating the highs and the lows, right? Breaking the structure to the downside, and then we did what was we took out the high time frame liquidity to the left, right? So we took out these sort of equal lows, and also we took out this bit of small trend line as well in there, and this previous daily low as well. And we were now trading away from this area of liquidity and inducement. We had our final inducement given us a relative breakout structure. So we know that we want to trade away from this inducement low, and we had some clear liquidity that we can target, which was this nicer trendline liquidity. As well, it was a simple smart money structure. We have this breakout structure to the downside. There will be smart money traders that are willing to take sell positions from there, right? And we have some more smart money traders that were willing to take sell positions from this area. So we have liquidity above these highs, and that's what I marked on my chart, right? And when I zoomed in, I knew that price is bullish. So the trade that I'll be taking as a reaction of this inducement will be a pullback trade. So I need to identify my targets according to that scenario. So what I saw was simple stuff. We had a smart money breakout structure to the upside, right? We had those, we had this smart money zone that triggered a lot of traders to look for, that were looking for buy trades, and they were in the trade. So we had some clear liquidity below this area as well. So exactly this is what I shared, right? Again, if I can share it, there we go. So exactly this was what I shared in my pre-market analysis as well. And now let's just play price candle by candle, and I'll explain that as well. So there we go. We had this strong reaction following our inducement principles, right? I marked out this M5 inducement PY. Let me just mark it as well. So this was my M5 inducement PY. I waited for price to enter into the PY. There we go. So price entered this PY, right? We had that M1 breaker structure as well, confirming that market is showing us some bearish intentions after this inducement high. With that, we had small buildup of liquidity. We induced that, and this was my PY. I set my limits exactly at around 50, exactly right there. I had my stops just above it, right? And also we see what a small liquidity buildup as well before mitigating this extreme zone. I was targeting clear liquidity down there, which was around 7-hour trade, right? And this was your smart money trap on M1, the low that leads to an inducement. So I had this trap marked up. There we go. And this was the area where I took my partials, right? So let's just split the price and manage it. So once we had this strong intentions, right? I wasn't at break even still. I was waiting for price to clear out these lows, and then I'll place my stops to break even. There we go. So once I saw this, right, strong push, I was break even, and this was my partials area. So I take partials based on reactions and liquidity, and I was waiting for a reaction from this trap, and based on the reaction, I will decide to close my trade. And once we have this strong rejection, once we have what, this bullish candle, right, and then we have this strong rejection from this trap, I took my partials somewhere in this area, right, and I let the rest run towards my original target. And then we can see price dropping towards that liquidity very beautifully, right? And this was a really good trade, a very clean setup, right? That you don't want to miss out. And obviously, it is a counter trend trade, so you need to be understand aware of the facts, the liquidity, and inducements. Where are those happening, really, right? So for me, this was the best possible target that I could get for this trade. I wasn't even looking at maybe this IP level for my targets, or I wasn't looking at these lows. Why? Because these lows made zero sense to me that price could go towards this point, right? Why? Because where is the most probable and relevant liquidity? It is sitting at this low, and that's where my TP was. And after that, I did update the charts in the mentorship group as well. So let's real quick go to the pre-market analysis. There we go. I hope so you guys can see it. So that's what I did. Exactly. I said partials, right? And that's when we had our proper TP, right? And I was again looking for buys after this liquidity is taken, but I couldn't really get into some clean buys because I wasn't at my desk. But this would have been an amazing buy again as well, right? There we go. So these buys would have been really beautiful. We again induced this high into our inducement POI. And this was also a nice little sell trade. We have some liquidity target. Once we take out this liquidity into Asia midline, we had a strong reaction, and we had a POI, which is an inducement POI, and we could really scale down to M1 or second shot, and we can have an execution right there, stops just below this low, and this is going to be our first target and second target. And obviously, you know that the trend is bullish, so you can leave the rest for the higher time frame targets. So this was a very basic trade, the trade that I took as a counter trend trade. So I think that's it for today. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you want me to break down more of my trades, and I'll catch you in the next one.